On today's episode of Annual Pass, we talk about exiting through the gift shop, and it is also Annual Pass's last episode. So please tune in and say goodbye to all of your favorites here on Annual Pass. We're starting right now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of Annual Pass. This is the podcast where we talk about all things theme parks, ride shows, attractions. If it happens in a theme park, it happens here on Annual Pass. I am your host, Jack Pattillo, and of course, joining me, as always, is my lovely, talented, beautiful co-host, BK. Hi, Beaks!
Hello, Jack!
Welcome to the final episode of Annual Pass.
Dun, dun, dun.
Tears, sadness. Thank you, everyone who's tuning in right now. I really appreciate you guys. Y'all are awesome. We are going to be wrapping up the show. So we've had an amazing run. This is episode 110.
Wow.
So over 2 years of Annual Pass. It's been fantastic. A lot of fun. Today, I figured it would make sense for us to talk about different exits and attractions and things like that. But we'll get into that a bit. Don't forget, if you want to grab some merchandise, it's still up in the store right now. We're not sure how long it'll be in the store.
Yeah, we're word out on that.
Or what we're going to be doing with all of it. But if you go to store.roosterteeth.com, you can go pick up some merchandise. You can follow us on social media. I don't know how much longer. It's all going to be super active, but we're Annual_Pass over on Twitter and Instagram, and Annual Pass Pod over on TikTok. And don't forget, we have Discord servers. So we have an Annual Pass Discord server, and we have a Rope Drop Run Club Discord server as well. Those will continue. Those will remain. We are active in those, and those are going to keep going on from here on out. The Rope Drop Run Club is going to Marathon Weekend in January. I'm very excited for that. I'm doing the 5K and the Marathon next year in January. I'm trying to convince Ben Lexa to join us for the Marathon. I'm going to see if I can sneak him in. And so, and then maybe Beaks, you can come cheer us on from the sideline.
I want
and yell at us.
I feel like we got to celebrate.
Yeah.
Like, we got to do something together. So
yeah, because we talked about doing a big group like run and the 5K because Katie got it, my wife Katie got it, and then Ben, we're gonna get you in. We'll figure out a way to get you in. There are sites you can go to help try to sign up for the things that are sold out. So we can do that, right?
Jack and I ran last weekend.
We did.
I'm really sore. I'm really sore, guys.
It was fun though. It was cool because it's running is my thing now, and helping Ben run was a lot of fun.
Aww,
it was good.
That.
I was keeping our pace for us, and I was keeping track, and we were at Disney pace too. That was one of the things. I was like, if we can do 10-minute kilometers, that's Disney pace, and then we won't get swept. But anyway, Beaks, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
The vibes are strong. We're here. We're going to talk theme parks for one last time. So
absolutely.
I'm really excited today.
Yeah, I figured, so today is our final episode. So what do you do when you finish a ride, when you finish an attraction? You exit through the gift shop, right? Yeah. Or you walk out and they have a post-show kind of thing.
A post-show, maybe a kiosk, something going on there.
Yeah, and so I figured, let's talk about some of our favorite post-show / gift shops that exist at different theme parks. So I just started writing this down, just off the top of my head here. One of my favorite ones, maybe the best one, let's just start strong, is Pirates of the Caribbean in Orlando.
Yes.
Yes. You get out of that ride, and then it opens up into this big open air market. It looks like a Mercado style market. It's very, very cool. Very big gift shop. We should also say, some people have issues exiting through gift shops, whatever. We don't care about that. We're having fun. And so,
look, you cannot buy stuff.
Yeah,
fine.
You walk through, you put on a little hat, you hold on to the hook, you be like, look at me, take a photo, and then you put it back, and you go about your day. You go pick up, some soft serve somewhere. But yeah, I really, really love that one. Not only that, but there is a kind of, not a hidden, but there is a sort of quiet thing you can do in that area. It's the Pirate's Bounty thing. I'm not sure if it's called Pirate's Bounty, but it's basically like a treasure quest you can do. So if you walk out of Pirates and go left towards what used to be Splash Mountain, on your left side, there's this little kiosk you can go in, and they give you a treasure map, and you tap your magic band.
What?
And it's you actually do a quest where you have to go through different parts of not Frontierland. What is the Pirates area called? Is it Frontierland?
I don't know. I think that's
Adventureland.
Next to it.
Adventureland.
Yeah.
And so you go through it, and you literally have a treasure map, and you tap on different things, and stuff pops up, and a few of the things you have to find are actually inside the gift shop. So there you go.
I had no idea.
Extra bonus. Little bonus thing for you
so
there.
Cool.
Go check that out. It's really cool, and it's free if you have a magic band. So absolutely, it's one of those things you should 100% do that.
You already have it. Do it
next time you're there. I forget what it's called. Ben Lexa, are you busy?
Nah, I'm looking up.
Thank you. Do you have anything? Do you want to start? You want to bounce back and forth? I have notes.
Forth.
You don't. I feel bad putting you on the spot.
I don't have notes, but we started in Magic Kingdom, so I want to bring up my favorite gift shop for purely selfish reasons. It's really silly.
It's not selfish. You can do whatever you want.
So, y'all know, like, one of my favorite rides is Space Mountain.
Heck yeah.
And it's like the only gift shop you can get like space ice cream in the park. So I love space ice cream. I don't know why, the free stride or whatever it is. So I always like, that's a ritual for me, is like, we have to go on it. We have to get the space ice cream from the gift shop. And now they have like cool stuff in there. You were telling me about it. Like that gift shop has like other, I guess, IP in it. Yeah.
So I wrote this down as far as like different things, because the new Tron ride opened up, which is kind of right next to where Space Mountain is. Tron doesn't have a gift shop. Like, you literally exit the ride. They have a little they have a classic light cycle kind of thing you can take photos with,
like a photo op spot.
Yeah, it's like the 1982 Tron. Like, they have one of those style, like, outside you can get photos with. But there's no gift shop, and so the gift shop, they've sort of co-opted the Space Mountain gift shop. And when was the last time you were at Magic Kingdom, BK?
I feel like I went this past year.
Yeah,
but before Tron. Yeah.
I don't know if the ice cream is there.
It's
anymore.
gone now.
I don't know. I don't remember seeing it.
The devastation.
I feel bad breaking this to you.
I'm so sad.
Here on our final episode, and I'm making you cry. I don't want to do that. No,
I mean, but if it's replaced with Tron stuff,
so
I won't be that upset.
Yeah, I mean, when I was there in Space Mountain, it was mostly Tron, but I went there like the week of opening of Tron.
So they might have like dialed it back.
Yeah, it may have been like, here's everything, and I was like, okay, let's shrink it back down and make it a half and half. In that gift shop though, they have the Tron make your own program thing. Like action figure I showed off.
So cool.
So they have pods to make that inside that gift shop now.
Wow.
And I will recommend. So I found this out. If you're gonna do that, the make your own program, because you have to record your voice, go super early or super late. Because when I did it, it was midday, and I'm recording my voice lines for it, and it's super busy inside the gift shop.
The background.
So you can hear background is like there's people talking and stuff behind me. So if I could do it again, I would have done it like first thing in the morning or like last thing at night where there was just no one there. I am still trying to figure out if there's a way to hack that little chip or whatever they put inside.
Tap into.
Well, see, because if I can get like clean audio on it or put whatever I want on there, like that would be pretty cool. So I got to figure it out. I got to play around. I don't want to break it, but I got to figure out what's going on. Maybe when we go, we can get one for you, and that way if we can like mess with mine and then figure it out and then fix yours. We'll do it at some point. What else here? So Pirates of the Caribbean is probably my favorite. Yours has got to be Space Mountain.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of my favorites. I'm a simple girl.
Yeah.
I go for like the items. Like, I like the immersion of Pirates. Like, I think it's really cool when the gift shops like are themed that way. Like,
yeah.
I think immediately of like the Caballeros like ride where it's
the Caballeros,
yeah, and you kind of come out and you're like, I'm still like in a marketplace.
Yeah.
It still feels like it's themed. I never really left the ride. I think those are really fun. But if one gift shop has better merch,
okay,
like I'm like, okay, well, that's my favorite gift shop. Sign me up. I'm not going anywhere else.
Well, so where do you fall on the certain gift shops within a park have certain kinds of merch and you have to go to that specific one? Because that kind of like at Galaxy's Edge over in Hollywood Studios, they have stuff inside that area they don't have anywhere else in the park. So
oh yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not opposed.
Okay.
That means I got to walk a little bit more. I'll go. I'll make it.
Yeah.
But I think it makes it like a fun experience because you kind of get to walk around the parks and like it's like a little scavenger hunt for me. Like I'm always like, okay, what shop had what? And we've got to go back at the end.
Yeah,
like we always save like maybe an hour or two to do our final lap and get anything we might have needed because we don't want to like carry it around all day.
There was a thing back in the day. I don't know if they do it anymore. Maybe it's only for resort guests, but at least at Disney parks, they had a thing where when you buy stuff, you could just ship it to the front of the park. So it was literally like you like purchase things and then you write your name down on a little slip. They like staple it to it, and they had runners who would go around to the different merch shops,
do they still do that?
grab it and just take it to the front. And when you leave, you'd be like, "Hey, where's all my stuff?" And then just hand it to you and you leave.
That's brilliant.
And then back in the day, if you're staying on a resort, certain resorts, they would take it to your room.
Shut up.
Yeah, I don't know I don't think they do that right now, but I mean that was a sweet perk.
Well, if anybody knows where they do it, like if there's a resort, like I'm trying to plan my next trip and go big or go home.
Okay.
So I want to stay at the resort that does that. Okay.
I'm sure if you're staying like Grand Floridian, they'll be like, yeah, okay, on top of the thousands of dollars it costs to stay
Here's
here.
the surcharge.
Let's jump over to Universal Studios. So Universal Studios in Orlando, there is an interesting gift shop because the horror makeup show and the Born Stuntacular share a gift shop, which you don't see too often. They literally, like, you exit and go through the gift shop from different areas.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I'm remembering it. Because
Yeah.
that happened, and it was a new experience for me. I never had done those rides before.
Yeah. So that one is interesting in the fact that it both shares the gift shop.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so that's one of my, and of course, anytime I go to Universal, I have to go to the horror makeup show. I love that show so much. That's the one thing I'm sad we didn't do on this show is we never got to talk to anyone who worked on that show.
I know.
So
close.
Alas. Well, you and I are still going to be talking theme park stuff on our social medias. So
100%.
maybe we can figure out some way to talk to somebody or for anything. Or next time we go out, let's go have a beer with them or something. I just want to meet these people. Okay, so also over at Universal Studios, the Men in Black attraction has a great gift shop.
So good.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. Like that one, you walk out, it's got all the cool, like, it's like the music, the Men in Black song is just playing constantly. That being said, I'm sure the crew members over there have to be losing their minds. Just because if you listen to Will Smith on repeat for 8 hours a day,
you might be done with it. You know, you might be like, I'm good. Can I get out of here, please? Can I listen to anything else?
Please, just it hurts so bad.
I like that store so much though because they have a lot of like collectibles in that store.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because you'll walk in there and it's like, oh, here's a Superman figure or like a Harley Quinn from Arkham Asylum
and
figure.
They're
it's like what?
Big, expensive, like signed merchandise in that place, and you just wouldn't expect that.
Yeah.
So like every time I go now, I'm like, okay, what's in stock, and like how much is my credit card allowing me to spend in this store because I want signed stuff. They have like Back to the Future stuff in there still too.
Yeah.
I was like, please, I want a signed hoverboard. Let's go.
It is wild. Like Universal has a couple of those sort of pocket stores around the park where it's like, oh, there's this shop in here. It's like, what, this movie memorabilia in the middle of the park? Okay. That's weird. The Universal in Hollywood, there was a merchandise store outside of the park, like over in their version of City Walk.
Okay.
I remember one time I was there and they had, speaking of Back to the Future, they had a flux capacitor, not a flux capacitor, Mr. Fusion from Back to the Future Part 2 that was signed by everyone.
Oh.
And it was like $700 and I was like, oh, like it took a lot for me not to buy that thing. I'm like, this is money I don't have, but man, that is so cool.
That is awesome.
I forget the name of the shop, but this was years ago, so I have no idea if it's still there or not. Also, Universal is really good. They have the tribute stores over there. Not really an exit of anything, but we're talking about stores. So the tribute store they've been doing for a while now. They recently moved it, so they tore down one of my favorite shops at Universal, which was the prop store.
Okay.
So that's gone now, but it sounds like it might reappear somewhere else. But that whole area, so across from Born Stuntacular, the horror makeup show, it was like Fredericks of Hollywood, I think is what it was called or something. What used to be that whole area, they like knocked out like a bunch of the interior stuff. I haven't been there yet, but it's the new tribute store area. And whether or not that's going to be it for that point on, I don't know. The old tribute store was kind of over across from Jimmy Fallon, over in the New York Street area, or like sort of in between Jimmy Fallon and Mummy. And supposedly back in the day when they were doing Islands of Adventure, it was a preview center showing off what Islands of Adventure was. And I'm curious if they're going to do that again for Epic Universe. Like if they have an Epic, where it's like, here's sort of what the place is going to look like.
That's smart though. You generate hype, people who maybe like aren't up to date on the news or know what's going on. Because I talk to people who aren't theme park nerds like us as pass holders, and they're like, that's happening, and I'm like, you don't know?
Yeah.
It's being built right now.
Yeah, it's wild. Like the amount of stuff going up over there, and like if you don't follow, if you're a theme park nerd like me, you probably already follow BioReconstruct on Twitter. BioReconstruct, this dude flies around in helicopters and just takes photos of the Orlando area.
Awesome.
And specifically lately, he's been taking a lot of photos of the building of Epic Universe, and I just can't stop watching it. Like BioReconstruct, and then Alicia Stella over at Theme Park Stop. She's been putting up like updates about once a month and using his photos and explaining like, oh, this is what it looked like, this is what it's going, and she dives like deep into permits and stuff. So it's like, oh, this is what this building's gonna be.
Logistics, trying to get the deep lore and theory crafting.
Yeah. If you're an annual pass fan and you're not already listening or watching Theme Park Stop, please go do that. Or get your fix over there. That's the stuff I go to all the time. Anyway, so the tribute store is super, super cool. Right now it's Jurassic Park themed.
It's like so cool.
It's the 30th anniversary of Jurassic Park.
Oh, I didn't realize.
And it's the Making of Jurassic Park tribute store, which they have props and stuff from the store. There's a really cool photo area with like a T-Rex. The Triceratops, like the injured Triceratops is out front. You can get photos with, but it all looks so cool. There's a theme park, or there's a Jurassic Park map that I think one of the pass holders bought one. Like I begged anyone to grab one for me. I think he grabbed it for me, and I'm going to pay him back for it. So Anyway, because I'm going to try to get out there for
it. Get it to us.
Because it's going to shut down and they're going to open up one for Halloween Horror Nights, which we're like 3 months out from Halloween Horror Nights.
Do not remind
already.
me. I want to go so bad.
Yeah.
I have to go and I have to do it the way we did it.
I know. We've been spoiled.
I need the VIP.
Well, as you know, maybe not everyone listening right now knows, but BK and I are now part of a new group, or not a new group, but we're revitalizing an older group within Rooster Teeth called Inside Gaming. And what that means is if you go to youtube.com/Inside Gaming, you can see we do video game news and stuff. But also if you go to twitch.tv/Rooster Teeth, that's where we stream. And we stream like 3 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays, 3 till 7 p.m. Central. And part of that is you and me, our passion for theme parks. We can do like IRL streams.
Yes.
And we can go film and
backpacking.
Yeah, we could do some stuff live in a theme park. So it'd be pretty rad if maybe we could stream from within Halloween Horror Nights. I don't think we can go through houses probably.
But, see some of the scare zones.
Yeah.
Maybe see the setup. I mean, even in line, y'all could wait with us.
That's true. I'm like, okay, we'll be back.
We'll be back.
And it's just
take little breaks, check in.
Cut to like a video. It's like, and then it cuts back. Like, oh my gosh, it was horrifying.
Insane. I cried.
It's funny because last year we missed the opening of Halloween Horror Nights. We ended up going closer towards the end of it. But I watched there's a bunch of streamers who stream Halloween Horror Nights, and I was watching opening night. And it was streamers bumping into other streamers. So I was like following people that I know, and they were bumping into other people I know, and it's like,
funny.
that's kind of funny. And so we'll be a part of that mix next year.
Us.
Maybe we'll be like, oh, what's up, guys?
We have to. I mean, especially if Halloween Horror Nights is doing anything video game related in their houses.
There's a rumor that Last of Us might be coming.
Last of Us. I mean, Resident Evil is in the aether. Who knows what might be a part of it this year, next year, and I'd be down to go.
Yep, me too.
Sign me up. Give me the backpack. I'm ready. I'll
Absolutely.
be the mule and cry.
But yeah, we got to do the special version of it. The
we have
version
to.
Of it.
Well, we'll figure this out. We'll figure out the budget.
We'll get Kai on it and figure out that budget. And so make sure to check that out sometime. Anyway, check us out on Inside Gaming, twitch.tv/Rooster Teeth. Go check us out over there. Watch it. It's a lot of fun.
If you like the Papa Baby BK dynamic, you'll get that times 10 on our streams.
Absolutely. Oh, man. Okay, so what else do I have written down here as far as other ones? Let's see here. Oh, I was thinking of The Mummy has a fantastic gift shop. That is one of my favorites. That gift shop, so you exit the ride and you go down that sort of back and forth, like switchback style ramp, and then they have your photos right there, and then that whole gift shop has always been fantastic. Even back in the day when it was Confrontation, that's like literally, they haven't changed the layout of the gift shop at all, or at least that area, the space. They've kind of moved some stuff around, so like now, I don't know when the last time you went, but before, I think you went with me, right? Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, before, like when you exit, it would be the photo, and then like on the other side, like you walk down to the left, would be like the place where you pick up your photos.
Yeah.
They've moved it now. So now you look at your photos and it's like further back. So it has been, the layout has been rearranged a little bit, but
it's not like they changed the whole building.
No,
it's been the same space.
Not at all. Not only that gift shop is attached to an arcade as well. So as a kid, I was like, this is my favorite. I love this thing, man.
I liked all the little, when I was a little kid, little baby me, for real. I thought I was going to be an Egyptologist.
Oh, yeah? You're going to be a little Rachel Weisz?
I was going to be. So that ride was like, it's real. I'm here. Where do I sign up?
Yeah. Well, you just had to get your cup of coffee.
Yep.
Then, and also, so like I got a few more written down, but yeah, Mummy is fantastic. Great gift shop. As a matter of fact, when they were refurbing Mummy, they actually opened up the gift shop. They had it entirely open. Oh. And so you could go in there, and they did like a special like horror themed one. It was kind of cool. Yeah, and so they've kind of reworked it a little bit. Speaking of gift shops open before rides are open, so Villain Con Minion Blast is opening up very, very soon over at Universal Studios in Orlando. And as of this week, as a matter of fact, they opened the gift shop. So you can go into the gift shop right now, and they've got like the minions, like it's some of the minions dressed up like some of the villains. So like, is it Brat or whatever, Balthazar Brat, and like Scarlet, like they have minions like kind of looking like them. But the gift shop's open now, so you're gonna go in, which means the ride must be opening them within the month. I imagine it's gonna be open in June. They haven't announced yet,
that's
but
so soon. I didn't think about it.
It's summer 2023. We are basically in summer 2023 at this point. So
and that's when all the kiddies are out of school. So
Yup.
like I feel like that's perfect target time in my opinion.
And so they've got the whole little mini Minion land opening up, right? They've had Despicable Me open for a while. Villain Con's opening up now, and they actually they have a new sign. Do you remember where the Pumpkin Lord was when we were at Halloween Horror Nights?
Yes.
They're putting a sign up there that literally says Minion Land, and it's got like all the minions like crowded on it. So you walk in that area, and then the new restaurant is very, very close to being open as well. So they have like Bake My Days open and all the different restaurant stuff. So that's coming very, very soon. So I've been hitting up our Universal contacts to be like, hey,
what's up? We're just trying to cover some cool new stuff.
Yeah, because Minion Blast is kind of like a game because you're like shooting and like collecting points and stuff. I'm like, hey, we cover video game stuff, so we'll see what we can do. And so anyway, we have a lot of fun things planned down the line. Jumping back over to Epcot. So one of your favorite attractions of all time, Mission Space. It doesn't make sense at all, but not really. It's more of a post show for Mission Space. So you get off that attraction and it opens up to like a whole interactive exhibit.
I love the interactive exhibits. Like there's just like so many games, and like usually those are like focused on like education and like learning more about the process. I think maybe that's why I like that ride so much. Again, you're learning a lot about baby me. Egyptologist also thought I was going to be an astronaut.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is me. This is my post training. I'm going to space after this.
It's true.
But it was a lot of fun and like kept you inside in the cool and like still themed and felt like the ride never really ended.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what I like about the post shows. It's like, an extension of the ride or the universe that you were just a part of.
Now in Mission Space, as you exited, I remember there was like a game you could play where it was like a big cooperative game. It was like 16 versus
people.
It was like 16v16, and it was like these stations, and you could like do different things on a giant ship, and you were like fighting another team. I remember doing that like once when I think maybe when I was there at when I did my college program.
Yeah, but the line is always so long. Like when people discover that it's something you can just walk up and be a part of.
Yeah.
So I would just be little me just watching. Like I wish I could do this. They're so cool.
Man, but yeah, so that like it seems like Epcot in particular has a lot of that stuff where it's not really like dropped out into a gift shop.
Right.
Even like Test Track, they have a whole like experience thing where you get out and has all the different vehicles and whatnot, and it's kind of cool. And you can actually one neat thing, I don't know if you know this, but so in Test Track you build a vehicle before you get on.
Car thing. That's like new-ish since the reefer.
Yeah, and so you tap your Magic Band and it sort of stores that vehicle on your Magic Band, and then you go and you put it into the ride, and it'll show up throughout the ride. So then at the post show of the ride, at the exit of the ride, they have like little like mini racing things where you can tap your Magic Band and your car appears on the thing, and you can like drive your car, which is really cool.
That's super cool.
Yeah, it's almost like a Tron like race course type thing.
What?
And it's also, again, it's really nice because it's big and open. So if it's raining outside, you can just hang out in there and be fine. There's plenty of space. Similar to that, at Spaceship Earth.
Yes.
You drop out of there into that sort of like you walk in, it's like the big globe and it shows the photos, and my photo never pops up for some reason. The last time I did it, so it takes your photo as you're going up the ramp, and Judi Dench is like, smile. And so it takes your photo. Last time I did it, just nothing appeared. So when I did like the post-show thing where you select like, what is your future going to be like? It was just a headless character.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's not right. But yeah, so you can see that, and there's a lot of like different games in there too. Journey into the Imagination as well. That is very similar, where it's like, oh yeah, you walk out and it's kind of that interactive exhibit. It used to be really, really cool back in the day. Like back in the 80s and the early 90s, it was a whole area where it was like all this interactive stuff, like tons of interactive stuff.
Man.
If you've ever seen like the rainbow neon bridge thing, Michael Jackson took a bunch of photos in it.
Yeah.
It was basically the second story of that whole area. It was wild how much cool stuff they had in there.
I missed that.
Yeah, Baby Beaks wasn't born yet.
Baby Beaks was not born yet.
But yeah, so they've definitely shortened it down, and now that second floor area is like a DVC pass holder lounge or something. So like if you're a DVC member, you can go hang out up there. But you can peek around a corner and maybe see something. I don't know. But even like Living with the Land, like there's really like there's no real proper sort of like walk into a gift shop. Like the whole Land Pavilion, Living with the Land, and even Soarin', it's all kind of like you just exit and you're like sort of back in the pavilion. So. Yeah.
I was going to say, if we are at Epcot, I do want to shout out, like, it's not at the end of a ride per se.
Uh-oh.
But if you go to Japan, the store there is just an anime lover's dream.
Yeah.
And like really in Florida or like a lot of places where, you don't have kind of like like Asian centers where they have like anime shops or like, Kyoto bookstores or things like that, you kind of miss out on a lot of merchandise. So being able to like know guaranteed I could go here and see Pokemon stuff and see like kimonos and get chopsticks and like all this like kind of like authentic stuff. I loved that store, and that was like always a must stop at before we left the park.
And it just keeps going and going and going.
It's really big. I feel like it's probably one of the larger gift shops in all of the parks. It's very large.
If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but if I'm not mistaken, I think that lower level, so above it's a restaurant.
Yes.
That lower level initially was supposed to be the queue for an attraction.
Really?
I think so. It's Japan. I think it was the Mount Fuji like roller coaster they were gonna do.
There was gonna be a Mount Fuji roller coaster?
Yeah. I was gonna be back behind it all, but I want to say that was the entrance to the queue, and like you would have queued up through that building and then got off the ride.
It makes sense because like it goes back even further. It has like a lot of pop culture in the front and a lot of cute stuff. Like if you knew anime, you knew what you were looking at. And then like you kind of go back and into the left, and it's all like kind of traditional, but it's like curvy, windy. It feels like there should have been a ride or something here.
Yeah, they do the oyster thing there too, where it's like you like open up the oysters, and if you get a big pearl, they like all clap and make noise. That's one thing my mom always has to do every time we go.
That's so cute. I was able to do that when I actually went over to Japan.
Oh wow!
There, so
that's cool.
Still have it on a necklace.
Man, that's pretty cool. But Epcot in general doesn't really have a lot of sort of exit through the gift shop things. Even like I think the only one I can think of off the top of my head might be the Living Seas.
Yep.
Because like when you exit out of that, you kind of go through the gift shop back out into the park. So
can we just count the major gift shop as the exit from the park gift shop? Like the Epcot one that just has everything right in the center?
I mean, even the Epcot one, like the exit, I mean, there's so they have the new, not Connections, that's a cafe, Creation Shop is what it's called now. It used to be a Mouse Gear.
The Mouse Gear, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Mouse Gear was the huge store in there, but now it's Connections. And Creations. It's Connections Cafe Creation Shop.
Okay.
And so the Creation Shop's that massive shop, sort of like in the sort of kidney bean. You know, there used to be two of them, now there's only the one.
Yeah.
And so that's the big shop. And it's kind of boring.
I see that because I went
honest.
there recently, and I was like, I remember this store being busted. I remember this store having everything, like specific stuff you wouldn't see, like Goofy Movie or like weird things in the tuck where you're like, whoa, Epcot, why do you have this here? And then I went in there, I was like, it feels kind of basic now.
Yeah. It's kind of, I mean, they've sort of did this. They sort of stripped the life out of it. And it's like, it's now big and open, which is nice, like lots of cool natural light in there, but it's kind of like, it's just a floor with like a bunch of Disney merch. It doesn't have that character that, you used to have before. And that's sort of, I mean, if to dive into it, that's more kind of like a Chapek sort of thing, where it was kind of like, how can we make just more room for merchandise? And I feel like they got rid of a lot of cool stuff in lieu of like, we just need more floor space to sell things. And so we'll see what the future holds, but that definitely certainly felt like that kind of happened. Yeah.
No, I like being immersed and like being able to be a part of the vibe. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's things like that where I might buy more stuff, Rainforest Cafe vibes, where I'm just sitting in this gift shop lobby just waiting, like, here, take my money.
Yeah.
I'm immersed. Like, do you have more stuff in the back?
Yeah.
Show me the list. Bring this out, number 5.
Now, one gift shop that I really, really like over in Anaheim, over in Disneyland, once you walk into the park, if you go right, they have like an Art of Disney store that's like original paintings and stuff. There's some really, really amazing stuff, and they're very, very expensive. But it's one of those like, if I had $1 million kind of situations, like what I would just buy everything here. Is it
like custom? Is it like framed?
Yeah, no, it's like frame paintings, like actual literal paintings. Like my buddy almost bought a Chip and Dale painting that he saw, and by the time we got back, it had been sold. Like he's like, that's cool, and he thought about it all. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna buy that. It was like $750, and he's like, I'm gonna buy it. And went back and it was gone.
If it were like concept art, framed like.
Oh no, this is like
panels.
an artist interpretation and stuff. You're talking like, no, this is like an actual artist.
That's really
painted stuff.
cool.
Really,
That's
really neat
cool.
stuff.
So you can do cool stuff. But me, if I'm spending like G's on something, I'm spending thousands of dollars on a paint. I want a frame.
Okay.
An actual frame from an animated.
So like a cell.
Like a cell.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's what I want.
So do you know about my mission I had for a little while until it got way too expensive? I own 3 cells of animation from Jurassic Park. And people go like, what animation in Jurassic Park? It's the Mr. DNA sequence of Jurassic Park. So in the movie, they watch the Mr. DNA stuff. I have 3 cells of animation from that movie, and I was trying to buy as many as I could.
Oh my gosh.
They've gotten very expensive.
That's what I want. I just want one of them.
Yeah.
One of them.
I have a cell from when it's like pulling out, and it's or like the pulling out to the wide shot, and it's the dinosaur eating like the top of the tree. I've got one of those cells. I've got a Mr. DNA cell where he's explaining how they added the DNA, and it's got like the orange, like the DNA lines behind him. And I've got one where it's the miners who are looking for the amber. So it's like they're like digging down to get to the amber. So I have the 3 of those. And
so then you know why I want them. You get it. You get it.
So here's something wild. On eBay, I found a cell of animation that's not in the movie, but it's from. It's very clearly from the thing, from the scene. And I tried talking the guy down because he wanted like $1,500 for it. And it's our friend. He wanted like $1,500 for it, and I'm like, I can't do that, man. And that's why I tried. And he's like, nope, this is what it's gonna cost. I'm like, okay, so
frustrating.
Super frustrating. But anyway, yeah. So animation cells, I'm all about that.
I want a store for that though. Come on, Disney, get us together.
Well,
you know?
there was a store out in Hollywood that I went to. I got my first animation cell out there. I'll get you the name of it because I don't want to ruin it because it's a secret little thing.
Okay, yeah.
And actually, I've got 2 of my Mr. DNA cells from there. One was back in like the early 2000s, and then one was recently where I called them and I was like, hey, if this ever comes up, let me know. And sure enough, sure enough, one day they got some Jurassic Park DNA or Mr. DNA cells. I got a call and I'm like, I'll buy 4 of them. They're like, we have 1 left. I'm like, I'll buy one of them. So anyway, that's a weird tangent, but yes, I'll keep an eye out for you.
Yeah, no,
what would be your dream cell? Like, what would be the bit of animation that you would be like, this is the one I want?
It's gotta be like Goofy movie, Max swinging over the stage in his first performance in the school assembly. This is very specific for anyone who's seen the movie. But like he does this whole thing where he's like serenading Roxanne and he's like up in his face and it's just his glasses with her reflection like in the glasses. I need that. That is what I need.
Very specific.
It is. And Goofy movie fans, you know what I'm talking about.
I still got to watch that. I still got to watch Goofy movie.
We're watching it.
All right, we'll watch it.
It's going to be your homework.
We'll have a watch party.
We have to.
Get a couple more here before we start to wrap up things. Winnie the Pooh has a great little gift shop over at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Little cute one. Like, now that I have nieces and nephews that are younger, it's kind of cute to go in there. Like, it'd be kind of cool if they put this little Eeyore hat on or whatever.
I was going to say also the E.T. gift shop has like that photo op at the end, which I feel like is like nice. It's more than just sit on this thing. It's like, no, we're going to make you stand with a replica of E.T. and like you can be on the bicycle, and I love that stuff.
Yeah. And it's funny because the E.T. one, like they have to like shoo you into the store. Like it very clearly was like exit and walk back out, but they've like sort of walled it off with like shrubberies to get you to you need to get in there. When you go out. Another cool store is the, the Simpsons ride doesn't have a gift shop at the exit. I mean, you don't walk through one, but they've got the Quickie Mart next door.
Yeah.
A lot of cool stuff.
That is pretty cool.
You can get the Bort license plate as well and the giant donuts over there. Trying to think, what else do I have written down here? We kind of went through all of them that I have on here. Do you have any final ones you can think of that are like...
I was trying to run through them. I mean, we kind of talked about a little, but like, I guess we didn't. Messing up names. I always... do this. Islands of Adventure. No, Adventure Landing. Which one is it? Islands of Adventure.
Islands of Adventure is across from Universal Studios.
Yes. The comic book store there.
Oh, yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
And like actually up-to-date comic books.
Mm-hmm.
Like I kind of consider it as a gift shop because like those rides there don't really have.
Well, Spider-Man sends you through one.
Spider-Man does, yeah.
But yeah, Doctor Doom sends you through.
I don't know if Hulk does. I can't remember.
Hulk does not. Mm-hmm. You go through the photos
and then you're out.
But yeah, Doctor Doom's Fearfall, you go through the arcade actually.
Oh,
you
that's
exit
what
through
it
the
is.
arcade.
So I feel like that store for me was like if I'm in that area, like I've got to do my walkthrough, and they always have such cool like figurines and like actual up-to-date comics. Like you just wouldn't expect that.
Yeah.
From a park, you're like, oh, maybe they're like vintage, and it's like, no, we have vintage, but also here's like the new 52 or whatever version of it in Marvel. So I love that stuff. I start geeking out about it.
Yeah, and you do see things now, like because when they originally built the parks, they didn't have a lot of like gift shops at the exit. So something like a Haunted Mansion over at Magic Kingdom, they have the Memento Mori store, which is clever. That's a cool little shop because they have some really neat stuff in there, and I always love poking around, seeing what they have for Haunted Mansion, because Haunted Mansion has some cool cool merch.
Yeah, anything that's spooky at the parks that's supposed to be happy. I just like seeing that, like, oh, how do I make it scary but not too scary because this is like a kid's thing and we're happy.
Yeah,
I'm like, no, give it to me.
Toad Line. And the Haunted Mansion movie's coming out pretty soon, too.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it actually looks really good.
Yeah,
so many references to the ride. I started geeking out in that trailer.
It's Lakeith Stanfield and like Rosario Dawson and Owen Wilson. Yeah, it looks fun.
It's gonna be so good.
So anyway, but yeah, so I'm trying to think of, like, what. There was another one I had off the top of my head, but I can't think of it. It is interesting that all of the sort of your Peter Pan's Flight and Small Worlds, like all of like sort of the classic ones that you think of, they don't really have gift shops.
No,
like
not really.
Even like the Journey Under the Sea with the Little Mermaid ride doesn't have one, and it's like you felt like for a while there it was like, oh yeah, when you finish a ride you go through a gift shop, but it feels like recently not the case anymore. Even like Seven Dwarfs doesn't have a gift shop,
Oh, I guess I didn't realize that.
I'm trying. I mean, like really what is?
I'm trying to think. Buzz Lightyear still has one.
Yeah, but does it? Or yeah, Buzz Lightyear, you go through one.
But Laugh Floor does it anymore?
I don't think so. I think Laugh Floor dumps you out.
Yeah.
But like even like Velocicoaster, when they opened that, speaking of which, happy 2-year anniversary, Velocicoaster.
Yeah.
It's right about now. I think it's like June 10th, I think. Anyway, Velocicoaster, like they sort of turned the lower area of the Discovery Center into kind of a gift shop, but there's no exit through a gift shop.
They're just like, you're in the dino area. You'll buy stuff.
Yeah. So maybe that's the idea. Maybe now it's like not as big of a deal to like have to force people to go through shopping stuff.
No,
like
they said the area, before you leave the area, you'll go through a gift shop kind of vibe.
And I mean, they've done a really good job of like starting to theme gift shops and whatnot. It's like, oh, you want to go in there. You want to see the merchandise.
I mean, let's be honest. The whole Harry Potter areas are all just gift shops that we're forced to walk through and then maybe do a ride or two.
Yeah, Diagon Alley is the biggest gift shop.
Gift shop.
Yeah,
like,
the whole thing.
And I'm here for it, I guess.
I mean, you can even think about it like, just think if you think like the lightsaber sort of experience you have at Galaxy's Edge, it's a gift shop attraction.
It is.
Even all of the like the wand, like the
Ollivander stuff. Yeah,
Ollivander's is basically it's like, oh, it's a gift shop attraction,
and I'm kind of not happy about it. I enjoy the idea of like an interactive gift shop or like a gift shop attraction, but also I paid a lot of money to get in these parks, and now you're telling me the whole area I'm in order to really enjoy it, I need to spend more money.
Yeah,
I see what you've done. I know what you did.
It's pretty clever. But anyway, well, that's going to do it for our look at gift shop things. But before we wrap up again, so this is our final episode of Annual Pass here. But don't forget, our Discord servers will be open. There'll be links in the description, everything like that. We don't thank everyone who's ever tuned into the show and shared it with their friends and watched things and sent us stuff. And I've got a list of I've got some special thanks here. These are different people that have been on episodes throughout through the whole run of Annual Pass, all the guests we've had on. Ken Marino. So Ken Marino was on episode 4 of Annual Pass. That was something that like Ken Marino's, I'm a huge fan of him, and like I was like thinking that would be a lot of fun if we could get him on and talk about it. He still owes me a ride through Rock and Roller Coaster, and they've refurbished it. It reopened, still has Aerosmith, so it hasn't changed yet.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because everyone thought like maybe this is it, but no, still there. Ken Marino was on episode 4. Then on episode 9, we went to Velocicoaster.
Amazing.
That was wild. Jeff and I went out to Velocicoaster. That was so cool that Universal reached out and made that happen so early. And like they basically offered it to me before we had the podcast. And I'm like, oh, we're doing this podcast. They're like, great, come on out. And like our contacts at Universal have always been fantastic. And we're really, I really appreciate all the support they've given us over the years. Halloween Horror Nights and all the other cool stuff we've done with them. That's where we met Greg Hall for the first time.
Yeah.
We got to talk with him briefly outside of Velocicoaster, and we got to record for the first time ever inside of the radio broadcast center at Universal Studios.
Cool.
Dream come true. Super, super cool. Episode 18, we had Jim Shull on, who's a former Imagineer. He's still over on Twitter. Follow all the stuff. So cool talking to an Imagineer. Episode 29, friend of yours, Swoozy, was on. And we talked all about the Indiana Jones epic stunt-tacular. Stunt spectacular.
Apparently the script still hasn't changed.
No. Pretty much the exact same. And then we had our Greg Hall episode come out, episode 33. That was when we talked to him actually at Velocicoaster, I believe. Or maybe we had him on separately. I forget. I think maybe we had him on separately. Dave Cobb, friend of the show, Dave Cobb.
The homie.
That was episode 36, because he was one of the first guys I reached out to right after we started up Annual Pass, and he had just done some interview episodes on other podcasts. And I'm like, let's push you a little bit further down the line so it doesn't feel like you're just talking over and over again.
Yeah.
He also has a great podcast. Check out Rat Castle. Rat Castle's awesome.
Please.
Really, really great.
Support the homies.
And then, of course, Kevin Perjurer from Defunctland. Awesome. I mean, he came on
a legend.
Episode 39, which was right after his line video came out, his line documentary. At that point, it had maybe like 1 million views, and now it's at like Ben Lexa. Can you look up the Defunctland line video and see how many views it has now?
Working on it.
Thank you. Kevin Perjurer, super awesome guy. I've hung out with him a few times. Super, super nice. Following up on that, Alicia Stella was on episode 44. She was amazing. Theme Park Stop. Again, please follow them. They have a great charity event going on right now, which is the Theme Park Stop Hate event they have going out all through June.
That's beautiful.
And they're raising money for the Trevor Project and Out Youth, I think. There's a bunch of different charities. Check that out. Super, super cool. I've donated. I'm auction. They've got a bunch of auctions going right now. There's one. It's the Haunted Mansion, but it's the Ghostbusters of the Haunted Mansion. It's a print.
You need it.
It's getting up there and expensive.
Oh no.
Anyway,
are you talking about the Disney Fast Pass?
Yes, the Fast Pass documentary.
It currently has 17 million views.
Wow.
17 minutes. Let's go.
And that's like an hour and a half long too. Good job, Kevin.
Oh, short videos only do well. No, good content does well.
Good content.
Is fire content.
Episode 46, we had Liam on, who was our smell guy from London, which was a fun episode. That's where I almost made Jeff throw up on the episode, which was really, really fun.
Listen, I know so much about the ET smells now.
Oh, yeah. Then Justin Glatt came on. He did projection mapping over at Disneyland out in California. That was fascinating. Talked to him about crawling through the rafters of like Main Street USA and stuff. Like so cool. And following up on that, Carme, I believe his name was, talked about fireworks and talked about like arming fireworks and how like Disney's one of the largest buyers of black powder on the planet.
That sounds like some magic stuff.
It's weird. It's pretty wild. Kay Brinkworth, who I love, she's a good friend of mine. She was the plaid shirt. She was one of the guest relations people who did like tours and stuff. She came on episode 59. Love Kay. Youth Pastor Ryan came on episode 63. Super, super fun guy. Check him out over on TikTok. Really great, really great dude. Disney Dan. Episode 71, my brother from another mother.
Honestly, though.
That dude. You almost got to hang out with him. You were so
close.
So he's got a land video coming out very, very soon. He just posted about it, but he's got a Living with the Land video that he's working on. And I tried to get BK out there.
I tried. You
guys, like, he was probably on the ride while you were there waiting for him.
And then I went on the ride because I went, well, let's go on the ride. We're
Might
here.
As well.
Got off, still missed him. So we tried.
Alas. So Disney Dan, check out all his stuff over on YouTube as well. We had Trevor and Alfredo on. They came on for an episode. It was the Ghosts of Disney, our Red Web buddies, and so we talked about all the different like spooky ghosts within Disney. Check out Red Web as well if you haven't already. Chris, also known as TDR Explorer, super nice gentleman. Got to meet him actually out in Universal. We went out there for our Halloween Horror Night stuff, and he was out as well. It just happened to be in the area. Super nice guy. If you're ever curious about Japanese theme parks, check out TDR Explorer over on YouTube. Hopefully someday he'll take us around.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Over there. Charles Gray and Matt Flood, who were the Halloween Horror Night guys. So we talked to the creators of Halloween Horror Nights. These guys are like the 2 and 3 most powerful guys of Halloween Horror Nights, and we got to talk to them. And that's when we were having our conversation, and all of a sudden the Santa sleigh started rolling behind them. That's when we were out at Halloween Horror Nights. That was so cool. And also we talked with Greg Hall again. Greg Hall was our 3rd interview with Greg Hall, and Shelby Honey as well was there. So we talked to the 2 of them. They're the creators of Velocicoaster. Again, happy 2-year anniversary to those guys. You can see them in the pre-show of Velocicoaster.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah. So if you go in and it's Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, they're talking behind Chris Pratt. There's like employees, and they're like just kind of walking back and forth. There's 3 of them. One is Greg Hall, one is Shelby, and the guy who's shocking them is not them. That's not them. So the other 2. So not the shocker dude, but the other 2.
Okay.
That's Greg and Shelby. So go wave to them next time you see the screen. Who else we got here? We got Blair Pasinger from Post 21. Yeah. That was a fantastic interview. A lot of fun. Awesome. Learning all about working with Disney and like all of the history of what she was going through. That was super cool. That was episode episode number 97. And then our last guest we had on was Tom, who was the Lego designer.
Yes.
The guy who worked over at like Legoland and stuff.
Legoland.
That was so cool. And hopefully someday we'll see some of the stuff he's working on as well.
So many amazing guests.
So many incredible guests as part of the show. And of course, everyone behind the scenes too that kept the show running up and going. Big shout out to Gail Fox, who's done all of our thumbnails for Annual Pass. And she also did all of the in our emotes on the Annual Pass server as well. She's amazing. Check out all her work. She's actually got a piece up for the Park Stop Hate charity stuff. Park Stop Hate. Yeah. So she's got a piece up you can auction off, or you can go check that out as well. Sherston, who's been running our Annual Pass social media forever. Love her to death. She's super, super awesome. Mad props to Sherston. Of course, all the different people who've been behind the scenes. Kai Cook, who came with us out to Halloween Horror Nights, and she's been helping produce some stuff on the show. Nick Schwartz, who ran the soundboard for a little bit of time. He was recording. Of course, you can catch him over on Face Jam and Bleep Face and a bunch of other podcasts as well. Dennis Fant, who did some recording for us. He's gone on to other great things. Peyton McLeod's helped us out in the past, also do a bunch of recording stuff. Braylon Calhoun, she's recorded things for us as well. Stacy Caven, is that right, Caven? Cavan, Stacy Cavan, she's done recording for us as well. So many people who've helped out behind the scenes. Of course, Shane, who does all the camera stuff for us. He's kept all that going. And then Cody helped us with lights and whatnot. And of course, we wouldn't be here without Ben Ernst, Ben Lexa himself. Thank you so much, Ben, for being a part of this show.
It has been an absolute honor to be a part of the show. I knew nothing about theme parks going into this, and I have learned so much more than I ever thought I would about theme parks and running.
Yeah. Shout out to all the Rope Drop Run Club folks as well. Of course, Geoff Ramsey, he's not here right now, but Geoff Ramsey, he was the reason why this podcast started, because he saw that I was getting bored and getting tired, and he's like, you need to do something exciting. What is something you want to do a podcast about? He thought it was going to be about space, and I tricked him. I was like, no, we're doing theme parks. He's like, all right. And so Geoff was on for the first half of the podcast, basically. And of course, BKU coming in as a third host and now a co-host of the show, and love you. I couldn't do it without you. So thank you so much for being a part of this.
I'm over here crying already. Let me know. I'm such a sap. I'm just so grateful to have been welcomed so easily to this community and the pass holders, and just be able to have that connection with you and geek out. It's been such an awesome experience.
No, literally the first conversation that you and I had when you came down to Austin is to visit, we started talking about theme parks.
Right
and
away.
I was like, by the way, I've got a theme park podcast. You're like, wait, what? And then it was like when I was like, hey, I want to get you on the show because we're old and crusty. We need someone with fresh energy. Let's get BK in here. And so thank you so much for being a part of the show. It's been amazing.
Thank you for dealing with my untapped young millennial energy.
No, it's great. Even though you love Mission Space so much, I still don't understand that.
It's my favorite ride. They changed it. There's a black woman in there now. It's great. It couldn't have been better, and it got better.
Nice. Of course, shout out everyone who supported the show in any form or fashion at all. My wife, Katie, love her to death. She's given me lots of strength, lots of energy to help make this thing go on. And yeah, who am I missing, Ben?
Mally Rust.
Mally Rust, Mally Rust, who popped in, and she's our Halloween Horror Nights expert. She was in our Halloween Horror Nights videos we shot out in Orlando the last year. She's fantastic, and yeah, so mad shout out to Mally Rust as well. What else, Ben? What am I forgetting? I can't think of anything else.
Oh, this overloads the Ben Lexa. I think we got most
of
everybody.
Community.
Community.
Thank you.
All the pass holders, thank you so much for watching and supporting and spreading the love of the show. We still have merchandise up in the store. If you still want to rock it, it's still, I love seeing that merchandise out in the wild. And again, you're required, if you see someone wearing an Annual Pass shirt, you have to high five. You have to high five them.
Maybe take a picture.
Special shout out to also the twins.
The twins!
At being every community event, just suddenly showing up at a theme park that we didn't realize they were going to be at.
Yeah, Jennifer and Jessica, they are fantastic. We love them to death. Super fans, super duper fans. We love them. Everyone who ever sent in something. As a matter of fact, I have a box. Someone sent in a box. We can open one last thing. So
one last thing.
This is from Joe, who's sent in other stuff in the past before. I haven't looked at this yet. Hey, Annual Pass crew, decided to throw together a theme park care package for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy and see you all at RTX. Your friendly neighborhood pass holder, Joe, aka Hold My Churro.
Oh, Hold My Churro.
And so Joe, he's out at he went to a bunch of stuff. Oh wow, this is the Wonders of Xandar exclusive Terran preview. So I think this was like before they opened it publicly.
Whoa.
So we got a couple of those. those. We've got a Ratatouille cast member preview.
Wow.
Which has directions for Ratatouille on the back to make Ratatouille. That's cool. Oh, we got some Oswald ears.
How cute.
We got some Oswald ears. Throw those on. And then here's a button for Cosmic Rewind. It's Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind button. That's kind of cool. And then, oh my gosh. Talk about the timing. It's the Jurassic Park map that he posted on Twitter. So this is the actual theme park map from the Jurassic Park.
Yeah. The theme park map of the theme park in the movie.
It's a movie prop replica.
There we go.
So it also looks dirty, like it's been through mud and stuff. That is so cool.
That
Joe,
is awesome.
Thank you very much.
I got one more shout out as well.
What's that?
A massive shout out to former Rooster Teeth intern Jean Pants.
Oh yeah, Jean Pants.
She worked for us for a while, an amazing intern, and then has gone on to work at Busch Gardens, and I believe now works at Disney. Every time we would go out to a park, she would hit me up to either just come hang out with us for the day, or would have something cool or insider that she would either try to share with us or help us get access to. So
yeah.
Massive shout out to Jean as well.
Absolutely. And of course, everyone at all the different theme parks who came out and helped us out. Everyone I've seen at theme parks who said you're a fan. I love seeing community members. If you ever see either of us in a theme park, please say hi.
Yes.
Don't feel shy. I love talking to community members. And even if it's just a hey, nice to meet you, pleasure, let's get a photo. Whatever you want to do, but please say hello, because I enjoy when I get tweets where I'm like, hey, I think I saw you in the park today, just want to say,
right.
I'm like, you should have said something.
Yeah, say hi real quick, it's okay.
Yeah, I have no problem. I love meeting people. So of course, everyone who came out to our live shows, we did I think at least one of those. We did at least one of the live shows. That was a lot of fun. And if you're coming out to RTX, please say hello. Please wear your annual pass merchandise. and of course, please follow BK and I. We're over on Inside Gaming now. So if you want to see our relationship and our actions happening, still go to Inside Gaming. We're at youtube.com/Inside Gaming. Also, Rooster Teeth, twitch.tv/Rooster Teeth. We have our friend Blizz as well. It's a lot of fun. And
it is a riot.
The energy is still there. And it's so much fun. I love working with you. And so I'm so excited we get to continue doing this kind of stuff. Of course, if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm Jack_P over on Twitter. I talk about theme park stuff all the time. Where can they find you in socials?
Yeah, so you can check me out on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch as well. Black Crystal, if you like me and my crazy unbridled energy and love the Goofy movie, I'll find you. But you can hang out with us there, as well as, like Jack said, on the Twitch channel for Rooster Teeth, where me and Jack get to still have fun together and geek out. And if you want to send us stuff too, we can do some unboxings. I'm just saying, if you still want to send goodies, connect with us, pass holders, we love you. I'm kind of biased. I like seeing all the team preview stuff. So if you have extras, our address hasn't changed.
There you go. If you want to send us anything, you can send it to Annual Pass, care of Rooster Teeth Productions, 1901 East 51st Street, Austin, Texas, 78723. You can rewind back and do it again if you missed it the first time. And because we can still receive mail here. And so I still love getting postcards. I sent postcards to us from Australia, so we'll see when those get here. And we'll still collect those. I'll figure out some way to incorporate them, because we have a whole new set we're building up in the Inside Gaming area. Maybe I can figure out some way to include all that stuff. And again, thank you everyone who sent us stuff. Thank you everyone who's watched all the Rope Drop Run Club. Love you guys. We're racing in January. I'll see y'all again, and then we're gonna do it all the time. We're gonna get back out. Ben Lexa, if people want to see you anywhere, do you want to give out any social media stuff, or do you want to be a quiet hermit?
Because you do a lot of stuff other than Annual
absolutely.
Pass.
Yeah, if people want to follow me, I'm on Instagram, Twitter, a lot of the social media sites as Halcyon Ben, HALCYON _Ben, BEN. And I'm also working on Tales from the Stinky Dragon, another Rooster Teeth production about Dungeons and Dragons. So if you like listening to people play Dungeons and Dragons and do goofy, silly, weird things, go check that out. It's a whole other realm of interesting topic conversation.
So fun. It is so much fun. The energy is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. A little biased though, because I was in a couple episodes.
Yeah, I may have popped up in a couple episodes.
So if you want to hear us voices and I'm on other jokes and stuff, highly recommend you check that out.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, we couldn't be here without Ben. So much love to you, Ben.
We love you, Ben.
All right. Well, that's pretty much going to do it for Annual Pass. So, BK, do you feel like you learned anything today?
I learned that I love y'all so much, and that we have an amazing community, and the community is the best, and I'm going to hang out with y'all on Discord.
Absolutely. The Discord is not going anywhere, so don't worry about that. So we will still be in there and still be active, still talking about all kinds of theme park stuff in there. But we love you guys. Again, thank you so much, everyone. It's been a wild ride. Thank you. And now collect your things and please exit through the gift shop. Bye, everyone. Have a great day. Take care.
See you real soon.